I would like you to react to the alleged negotiation between the federal government and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let's get a reaction.
How come Nigerian media came and reported that Nnamdi Kanu is trying to negotiate with the federal government? On what ground? They did not even state it, that a provision of the law allows Nnamdi Kanu to negotiate with the federal government, or allows federal government to negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu. That would have been a reasonable angle, to feast on our consciousness. Because Nnamdi Kanu has already built a personality that should not be questioned whether you are subconscious or conscious.
But it is reported that they are willing to negotiate.
Well, nobody, of course, willingness based on what the law says, what the Court of Appeal Act says, not what Nnamdi Kanu says or what Nnamdi Kanu tenders. Nnamdi Kanu has never written to anybody anywhere that he wants to negotiate. And of course, different agenda should not be there. Maybe based on a kind of terrorism act, maybe based on a certain act or charges that was established against him by the federal government. And remember, he came out to tell you that what we are driving at is freedom. Just like the position we have been we have found ourselves in so many years trying to project IPOB as a non-violent movement, which a lot of people felt that I am not a core Biafran. They called me names, but you can see that Nnamdi Kanu consistently has maintained that position. And as I'm talking to you now, Nnamdi Kanu has entered attacking mode. Yes, that pronunciation and of course that reportage by the Nigerian media means that Nnamdi Kanu has taken another position.
Do Biafrans want negotiation with the federal government?
Biafrans, it depends on the kind of negotiation that will guarantee Biafran freedom. Anything less than that is not acceptable. Because every section, all the whole tribes in all the major ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, talking about the Hausa, I'm not talking about the Fulanis. The Fulanis are not Nigerians. I'm talking about
are not Nigerians.
The Fulanis are not Nigerians. Go and ask Obasanjo, the history is there. I'm talking about the Hausas, whom I felt that they are being influenced by Fulani agenda, Fulanization. Then too, the Yorubas too, who are asking for Odua Republic. It's not a child's play. No matter how sickle-celled the Yoruba agitation is, it's not a child's play. They have registered that impression. No matter how you look at it, talking about Sunday Igbo, one, you're talking about the woman from London, wherever Abiola, those you understand. It's not a child's play. Then you're talking about the entire Eastern Nigeria. Talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, talking about, of course, renowned, known, publicly acknowledged. Both the enemies of Nigeria and those who are not enemies of Nigeria acknowledge that there was a country. In all, Biafran agitation is prominent. So what you see that played out in the court, that day, and the Nigerian media, tried to twist it without properly explaining to the whole world what, the art, not Nnamdi Kanu, which they want to explore. Because it looks like what is happening, that Shegumi came out recently and said that if Nnamdi Kanu is released, he's going to march the streets with northerners, extremists, asking for their own republic. I said, what is holding them? Nobody is holding them. There's already an agitation for that. What is Boko Haram fighting for? Boko Haram is fighting for Sharia. States, country. That's what Boko Haram is fighting for. What does that tell you? In 1999, when Obasanjo came to power, there were 3 major ethnic lords that came out. We talk about Masop under Wazirike. We talk about OPC under Gary Adams. We talk about Yerima Shetima led Arewa Consultative Forum
Are
asking
they
for,
asking for a separate country?
yes, these three. OPC, what is OPC? What's the meaning of OPC? In the Excellence Hotel on June 12th, you can see how Ghana Adams came out and took a position. Even though there were some reservations about certain statements he made about regionalism. But it's not something we are going to go into now because it's not a time, it is not the time to feast on that. But what we're saying is that currently now, the Biafrans themselves, wherever they are all over the world, a lot of respect. What that means is that for me, Nnamdi Kanu was not asking the federal government to negotiate with him. There is an act, like you said, Section 17 of Court of Appeal Act that allows, it's not Nnamdi Kanu that made the law. Nigerian media, you can't take that away from him. He has gotten to a level where the entire South Nigeria, so to say, have given federal government ultimatum. But you can see what Shegumi is saying. You know, the Northerners are threatening, but they forgot that the North themselves, most times you look at them, you know, they feel that Tinubu is a Muslim, Shetima is also a Muslim, you know, they can feast on that little percentage or insignificant of Muslimism to, you know, manipulate Tinubu not to assent his will and consciousness to the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I think that's what the Northerners are trying to do. And we know that at this point in time, Tinubu's second-term ambition is hanging because of what is playing out in the North currently now. We have seen Sanusi and Ade Bayero. We have seen the federal government taking a position, and we have seen the Kanu citizens themselves, led by the governor, say that Sanusi is not moving anywhere, taking a position. We have seen what is playing out in Rivers State. We have seen Fubara taking position, trying to consolidate on his mandate. We have seen other external forces led by Wike, you know, trying to manipulate using federal government strength. All these things they are doing is geared towards Tinubu's second ambition. For me, I feel that he knows that he might not get 100% manipulation like he got during 2023.
So Biafrans don't want anything other than Biafra.
No, see, bros, different question. Biafra as a sovereignty, Biafra as a country, you know, does not need any negotiation. And not Ricardo make it very clearly when he was talking about the killing of 5 soldiers in the entire in the Biafran land during the 30th May celebration. He made it very clear, bros. I've been on this position of Nnamdi Kanu from this point, from on this platform, on several occasions, making it very clearly the quest and understanding of IPOB, on which I stood. Not two ways about that. Anybody that is taking it from another angle, kudos, because you know what we are asking for is Biafran restoration, not Biafran freedom. We want to restore that nation. It's restoration. And to an extent, we have been able to position Biafran quest in the United Nations among international communities, among nations of interest, among advanced nations, talking about Israel, talking about America, talking about even the Britain. You can see the British position till today on Nnamdi Kanu, and it can never change. What they are telling Nigeria, they are sending signals. But you know that Nigeria, when the report came in 1999, I think during Obasanjo's second tenure, that the CIA agent reported that you know a powerful military is going to emerge from the north. The Nigerian government did not take it serious. I'm just telling you. When CIA gave out that report in 2015, Nigeria with Bakana, they didn't take it serious. They didn't take it serious. It was not quite long, we started hearing about Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAT, different types. And we want Igbo, the oldest black race in the world, recognized in 1913 by Godibesh, the first person who was able to take the map of the entire West Africa. Forget this manipulation. You see the map of Igbo. Go and check it. Godibesh is his name. Gisberg is his name. Go and check it. In 1913, before 1914, when Lord Lugard came and started manipulating because of the Igbo resilience to certain things they do not understand coming from the British at that time. If Nnamdi say it's a lie, he can go and cross-check this one. Because when I say Nnamdi will say, it's a lie, it's a lie. Go on. At least he can check out this fact. But what I'm saying is this: whether the Niger Deltans are rising up in defense of their own identity, the Biafrans will not cede an inch of their land. If you say you're not Biafra, go to where you belong, because the land has been surveyed as I'm talking to you now. And remember, there is a nationalist, Biafra nationalist movement currently now trying to define a new territory that will embrace our Igbo brothers from Kogi and Benue. And of course, we're looking at also at Amazonia. So anybody that is telling you they don't know, Buhari is a very unintelligent man. He said dot in the nation. What is the meaning of dot in the nation? You don't know that a section of Biafran land succeeded and was given to Cameroon. Oh, okay, he doesn't know. Until he begin to, you see, that was why they removed the name Bite of Biafra and put Bite of Bonny. We know. We are researching. We are finding out things. Our identity can never be transferred to anybody. Likewise, the Yoruba's identity can never be transferred to anybody. The Northerners too, the Hausas, I'm not talking about the Fulanis, their own destiny and identity can never be transferred to anybody. And that was why the British system, we are wise enough to say after 100 years, you can go your separate ways. So you can see how Nnamdi Kanu properly and wonderfully became a threat to the Northerners and the Yorubas themselves. Okay. To stop Nnamdi Kanu using media propaganda. Well, my word on that angle is this. You can see in that write-up, they never mentioned anything. But no matter how they look at it, I know that from what I saw in the last section, Nnamdi Kanu's appearance in the court, you know, the aura, the smiling and everything, how you look at it now, the supreme leader himself is about to step on the foot, on the edge of freedom. Thank you.
Do you think the North are not threatening to?
Yeah, they have threatened already, that's what I'm telling you. But unknown to them, because of the level of understanding and exposure, they don't know how to separate religion from politics. And that is why the Kanu incident is hitting them on the neck. Because if they don't understand Tinubu, they will understand it this time around. That Igbo man is the only panacea for peace in Nigeria. The IQ, the intelligence potency of an Igbo man is superior. Not to, you see, what I say, like what the Yoruba man that came from India, you see him that day trying to talk to us. He said, when you go to the IT in India, India controls the Google, India controls almost the technology, industrial technology in the world. The IQ of Igbo man is superior. Bro, if you like, laugh. If you don't like, no laugh. I'm telling you the gospel truth. What Igbos can do in Nigeria, the Hausas and Northerners cannot do it. No matter how you look at it. Come and stand on the sun for 7 years. Can a Yoruba man stand on the sun for 7 years? I'm not the one saying this. It's their brother that came from India that experienced the exploits of Igbos in the Asia. He came out here to tell their people. And with a word that they should not let Igbos say. I said you are lying. Igbos must answer their father's name, because our own name is connected not to the British, not to the Fulanis, not to the Yorubas. Our own identity is connected to the divinity, and we must understand that very well. And that was why the inventor of electricity, this light we are seeing today, talking about Einstein, have to leave Germany when it became a threat under Hitler, that the Jews became more than prominent in every sector. In Africa, Igbos are ruling Africa. It's not a say propaganda. God, it's not. This is not Nigeria. I'm not talking about Nigeria propaganda, according to Fela. I'm talking about reality, not be Toronto certificate. I'm not talking about that. Nobody can investigate that. I'm talking about reality, not fake. Something you can go and find out yourself. Proclaim. Okay, see now, Jubril from the north, who was also a chieftain, one of the chieftains of that River Consultative Forum from the north. You can see what he said recently, that they thought if they had known. Tunde Bakare so many years ago, Gani Adams so many years ago, go and ask them questions. Not these mushroom people that came from unknown background that are telling you Igbo do this, we'll kill them. Go and ask them, people who have invested their consciousness on trying to define the identity of Igbos. They will tell you. Gani Adams, I can mention the statement about Igbos 7 years, 5 years ago. It's an identity. It's not pride. 2 days ago, somebody said it here, that what Igbos are doing in this country, the Yorubas and the Northerners cannot do it. I go and stand now on the sun for 7 years. Let us see how you will look like. Who has that patience? The Bible says long suffering. That's what the Bible says. Perseverance. Who among the tribe in Nigeria? Okay, in West Africa. Okay, in Africa, go. Have that attribute. Thank you, sir. God bless you. The media now came with another version that Nnamdi Kanu is negotiating with the federal government. I saw that caption as a threat, to
a threat.
Yes, I saw it. I have to be very honest to you. I saw it that it was a decided threat by those who are projecting an agenda, an understanding to the consciousness of Nigeria, to mean that Nnamdi Kanu is about to surrender Biafra issue to the federal government. Let me explain to you. If you look at the act of the Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal Act, I think section 7 or thereabout, you will discover that it allows both warring parties, to settle out of court. And that was what we are looking at. That was what the lawyers
they considered it.
Yes, that was what they considered. Both the judge and of course the complainant and the defendant at the same time. Looking at that act, it was not Nnamdi Kanu's act. It was not Nnamdi Kanu that wrote it. This was a provision of judgment, or a provision of settlement, or a provision of justice, or a provision of trying to bring two warring parties to have peace. Then, and somebody said, okay, based on this idea, if it fail, or based on we move to this angle, it fail, we might be constrained to tap into that provision of Court of
Section
Appeal.
17.
Yes, Court of Appeal Act of Section 17. They